Torrian Ramsay, first son of the Ramsay chieftain, stood near the gate of the Ramsay curtain wall, conversing with two of the guards and his friend and age-mate, Kyle. "Aye, Torrian," Kyle said. "'Tis time for you to marry. Your sire wishes it, Brina wishes it, just pick one. Why not that saucy wench who was clinging to you the other eve? She had plenty of, attributes." The guards laughed right along with Kyle, but Torrian took it in stride. "When I find the right lass, I'll marry. Until then, worry about the lasses in your own beds." His sire and his uncle told him it was the way of men to tease each other about their sexual exploits, and Uncle Logan had taught him how to spar with words. No one needed to know that he preferred not to keep company with promiscuous women. The sound of heavy, ragged breathing reached his ears, and he turned his head just in time to see a frenzied lass running straight for them, coming from the meadow, not the village. Though she was fleet of foot, she seemed weak. One of the guards started to make a quip, but Torrian cut him off. "Is your tongue so busy you have forgotten to do your duty?" He pointed to the lass, and then launched himself in her direction. Kyle fast behind him. He made it to the meadow behind the row of cottages, just in time to catch her before her head hit the ground. He scooped her into his arms and headed back to the castle, intent on finding his stepmother, Brina, the Ramsay clan's healer. But her eyes flew open, and she shoved her wee fists against Torrian's large chest. To his bafflement, he realized he'd seen her before on Ramsay land. He'd tried to speak to her, but she had run from him as soon as their eyes met. There was no mistaking her, for she had one blue eye and one green eye. The only other person he'd ever seen with eyes like that was his cousin, Loki Grant. The Grant family had adopted Loki after he was found living behind an inn at the royal borough. Did the shared eye colour mean they were related? He had no idea, but he would be sure to ask his cousin the next time they met. "Nay, the healer!" the lass shouted, breaking him out of his daze. "Find the healer! I need her!" "I can see that, lass. I'm taking you to our healer, Lady Brina." Torrian could tell the lass searched for his stepmother, the person who'd healed him and married his sire. He used to call her Mamma, but now he called her by name. Lily, his sister, still used both, depending on the occasion. "Nay, not for me!" She gasped for breath, but managed to continue. "Not for me. I need the healer for my daughter. Please, my daughter, she's dying. Help me." Her eyes closed, and her head fell back against Torrian. Kyle ran ahead, yelling back over his shoulder, "I'll find Lady Brina and bring her to you." At the sound of his voice, the lass's eyes flew open again, and she said, "Stop, please stop." Torrian found a nearby bench and set her down. Her eyes were so full of worry, he would have done aught to comfort her. "We'll wait here until the healer arrives." Please, the mistress of the castle, Lady Brina. I need her. She can save my daughter." She paused to catch her breath, her fingers still gripping Torrian's tunic. "What is your name?" "Heather. Please, my daughter, my Nellie, is dying." "Where is Nellie?"
"In my cave. We live in a cave."
Her breathing became more laboured.
"Not far. She is dying."
"What happened to her?" He brushed her golden locks back from her eyes, the wind having almost completely undone her plait. Not only were her eyes unique, her entire countenance was different from most of the lasses he knew. Dressed more like a lad than a lass, with a bow strapped to her back, she reminded Torrian a little of fierce Aunt Gwyneth, Uncle Logan's wife.